What's up guys, this is Ben from Life in 360 and today I'm going to show you how to create a tiny planet photo with your Ricoh Theta S camera. Theta, whatever the hell you want to call it. So the premise of 360 photography is that the camera captures everything around you. A traditional camera would only capture a very small window like this much. This camera captures everything, front, back, left, right, up and down. So we turn our camera on and it automatically goes into camera mode and we are ready to shoot already. So the most basic way to take a 360 photo is put the camera directly in front of you at about arm's length, just a little bit less than arm's length, and press the shutter button. All right, we've taken the photo as you might have heard, and now we import it wirelessly to our smartphone. Okay, so I've got my smartphone here and I've got my camera, and now I want to connect it wirelessly so I can upload my photo. So you simply on your smartphone go to Wi-Fi, and in this case we'll connect to Theta SX blah 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 blah. All right, we are connected. So now we go to the Theta S app. So let's click that there, and let's hit the button on the bottom left. And now we want to go to camera to see our raw images. Okay, let's have a look. There we go, it's loaded, and we'll click the top one there because that's our latest image. And there it downloads. And now we're able to preview it in 360 space. So now we can move around our thumb, and there you go, there's me. Oh, look at that handsome devil. And there you can see the interior of my flat here in Sydney, Australia. And there you have it. You can't even see the camera there in my hand. The stitching is that good. So now we quit out of the Theta S app and we want to go into an editing app now. The best one for iOS I've found is Rollworld. It's the best all round in my opinion. Allows you to do the most complex manipulations very easily. So now what we want to do is hit that button there, the big crosshair, and we click photo. And now we go to our camera roll, the image is automatically downloaded, and we click the bottom one down there. And here we go, it automatically stitches up the photo for you. And there I am in my apartment and it's in tiny planet mode. See, that was very easy. So you'll notice we've got a couple of sliders here in Rollworld that manipulate certain aspects of the image. The top one here is for inversion. We can make it inside out and right side up like that. We have the second slider you probably won't want to use because this is more for people shooting on their iPhones than people shooting with 360. So you just kind of makes me look like a mutant, which isn't particularly a desirable effect, although it could be if it was Halloween, I guess. Third one as well, so you manipulate your image into a kind of unhelpful. Same with the third slider, it kind of, it's a bit unhelpful, does the same thing, slices and dices me. The fourth one, however, is very, very helpful. I use it all the time. So that's our rotation slider. So we can turn it upside down. There you go. I think I want this one to be as symmetrical as possible from above. So I'm going to get that nice and straight. We don't want to use the fifth slider either, because again, this one is for mobile phone panoramas and making them kind of blend together a bit better, which doesn't work for us when you've already shot on our 360 camera. Finally, we've got our bottom slider, which is the zoom. So we can get the right proportion that we like. I'm going to go a bit tighter on this one. There you go, just make me more symmetrical. Yeah, there we go. I'm liking the look of that. Maybe zoom in a bit more to get rid of that ugly stuff on the ceiling. And yeah, I'm quite happy with that image. There are some imperfect details which I can get rid of later in the color grade. So let's go ahead and export this image. So I'll click the top right button there. Choose preview, you want to go picture on screen, and this is our preview. Finally, top right again, and I'm going to export at 1920 by 1920. 3K and 4K is kind of overkill, not necessary, but 1920 is a good size to allow for a good amount of cropping later on. So now we're going to export to camera roll, and there we have it. Now I'm going to do a quick color grade on this and show you guys my process. So my favorite color grading app is called Snapseed because it gives you the most amount of movement within your color later on and allows you to really get rid of all those ugly imperfections. So let's go ahead, and our most recent image is this one here. And now we want to click the bottom right button and we'll go tune image and get our colors looking nice and good. So I always like my colors nice and bright, so I'll boost that saturation, get the brightness up because it's a dark day. It's overcast outside, so the interior of my flat is quite dark. So fortunately we can bring that up in Snapseed. Let's have a look at ambience. Yeah, I like having a good amount of contrast in my images, and if you boost the ambience too much, you start losing that contrast. So I'll move the ambience slider slightly the other way. Bit more brightness again, I think. And I'm boosting the warmth slider here, so I can pretend it's sunny and warm outside, when in point of fact, it's actually raining and miserable and blue and horrible. And more often than not, making them warm makes them more inviting and more pleasurable to look at. So I'm going to go ahead and make one final adjustment. I'm going to heal just that top bit that's bugging me. I'm clicking the healing function. I'm just going to paint that out. Look how easy that was. I just swiped my finger and I healed those ugly imperfections. How good is that? Love Snapseed. Fantastic. All right, I'm pretty happy with this image. So I'm going to go ahead and export it. So we just click save up there and then save a copy. Just so we're not affecting our original image in case we want to do something with it later. And now we've got a pretty darn good image that we did in less than 10 minutes that we can now upload to Instagram and wow the world with. That's the beauty of 360 photography. You can turn it over very quickly and do it all on your smartphone. You don't need a computer. So feel free to subscribe to us on YouTube, guys. That would be much appreciated. And also feel free to pick up a copy of my book. It's called Life in 360, A Beginner's Guide to Tiny Planet Photography. And it'll take you from zero to hero with your tiny planet photography in very little time. All right, until next time, guys, keep shooting.